the where we have set our current results, you have to first identify, you, the individual, you, the one who is listening, must first identify. Let me make sure this is muted. Yep, it's muted. We must first identify what current results you're having. Hey, sorry. Thank you. The idea that you have set these goals that you want, your current December, what is today? December 15th has a history of results, December 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 2025, 2024, 2023, 2020, right? All of these years, all of these days, all of these hours, all of these minutes have brought you to this moment right now, December 15th. If you were to give yourself a medal, an Olympic medal of where you wanted to be, what you have desired on January 1st, 2025, you set some big goals, probably. And now where are you in relationship to achieving those goals? There's probably things lower than bronze, but we're only going to have 3 platforms: bronze, silver, or gold. You're pretty close to it, or you're probably nowhere near it. Silver, you're kind of close to it. Gold, you've hit it or succeeded it. There will probably be very few gold medal awards simply because of desire. So the how, the what, the why, the when, to increase your acceptance, your arrival at your goal, is to increase your visual understanding, your visual vibration, your physical awareness of who are you becoming, right? When we ask how is human, right? How isn't strategy? How is strategy? Yet in reality, how is even more important, even bigger than strategy, because how is human. When you ask how, what you're literally saying is I choose to become a different version of me. What's the path to achieve that? So if you have a gold standard goal and you have bronze level results, the thing between bronze, silver, and arriving at gold is desire, is the visualization, is the belief in that goal, is the action steps into the unknown. So hopefully that all came through. It looked like the words were coming across.
Yes, I can hear them.
Okay.
So how do I approach that better?
Write your goals down every morning. Write your intentions down every morning. What's your intention for today? What's your one intention? What's your big intention for today? When you put your head on the pillow, what was the thing you stretched for, you reached for, you pushed yourself for, and you said, you know what? Glad I did. I did it today.
Going to the gym this morning.
Okay, great. By what time?
By 7.
Excellent. And what's the reward if you go by 7 and come home at 8, having gone to the gym, or 9, however long it takes you at the gym? What's your reward?
That I got to work out.
Nope, that's not it. See, that's the lie we tell ourselves. If we know the workout's good for us, and yet the thing that's good for us isn't good enough to make us go do it, because there's no reward for it. We are not wired to reward ourselves for the simple things. Well, if I go to the gym, I'll feel better. What's the reward for feeling better? What's the cascading effect of you feeling better of going to the gym? Because if feeling better and going to the gym was enough, you'd go every day, but you don't. So that's not the reward. We have to have some mental awareness and mental acuity and some mental toughness saying that's not important enough.
But
We
I
have
used
to
to
give
go every
ourselves a
day.
bigger, what's that?
I said well, not every day, but I
Yeah,
used to
but
go
I
5
don't,
days a week.
I used to be 3 foot tall too, and that doesn't do anything. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you used to do. It's what you're going to do today.
Yes.
What's your story about today? What's the reward for going to the gym? See, and this is how we short circuit This is how we bronze result ourselves into oblivion. We say, well, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to feel good and I'm going to do workout and I'm going to do this. That is not enough. And if we can remove ourselves from that statement and realize, reality speaking, it's not enough. You used to go, but at some point you stop going and it's not enough. The reward of getting healthy is not enough to go have the discipline. It's just not. Logically speaking, if we were to put it on a chart, looking at it, go, you went and then you stopped. Why'd you stop? Did going to the gym get unhealthy? No. Then you came up with a new brain story.
Yes, that my work was more important than going to the gym.
Yep. And as soon as you stopped going to the gym, your work was more important. Your work started to suffer because that was something you got endorphins, you got vibration from, you got connection from. And so now the story started to spiral. I need to work harder. I need to work harder. And then the work got worse and the work got worse. The harder you worked, the harder you worked. And then all of a sudden, you're like, I need to get back to the gym.
And I'm not saying the work got worse. It's just maybe I got fatter.
Well, you got fatter. Are you, because you stopped, when we stop doing things, if we become aware, the only reason we should stop doing something is because it's limiting our success.
Yeah,
So the moment you stop going to the gym, did your monetary monthly income increase or decrease?
increase.
So you're making more money now than when you used to go to the gym.
Correct.
So do you realize you won't go to the gym? Because you have this locked in your brain subconsciously, not even consciously. I brought it out to you that if you go to the gym, you're going to lose money. Funny how we uncover some pretty cuckoo for Cocoa Puff ideas that we build in our own minds that have no truth in reality, yet it's a story we tell ourselves to hold ourselves stuck. So now the question is what happens if I go back to the gym and I take this at new elevated level of income and I double it? Would you be excited going to the gym?
Yes, of course.
Then see how we change the way we look at things and the things we look at change.
Yeah.
It is required that we, on a continuous basis, look at things we do and how does it elevate our standards? How does it elevate our location in life? How does it elevate our results? Is it possible the man of your dreams might be there? It's possible. Is it probable? Maybe not. What are the chances are you meet somebody who absolutely takes your business, this impromptu, this happenstance meeting, who might take your travel business to the whole new level? Rather than I need to go work out. Working out, what if working out was the side effect of becoming rich?
Then it would become more exciting to go.
Right. So this is how we listen. You haven't moved at all in the conversation we're having, and yet we've changed the vibration around going to work out, that it might be more than just the effort of sweating and lifting weights and getting dressed and going to the gym and looking in the mirror and seeing myself, I'm a couple of pounds heavier than where I should have been. I should have never stopped. Blah, 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 blah. What if we go with the intent to bring value? What if somebody saw you, met you, had a conversation with you, and you simply said to them, you look great today. Thanks for being here. And you changed their entire life. And you may never know it. That's called karma. That's called improving the frequency you vibrate in. You're a powerhouse of a presence. You're tall. You got blonde hair. You stand out. Now, California, you're kind of, you fit a mold, right? Beautiful women. That's where you're supposed to be, right? West Coast gals. Your accent gives you a unique specialty that most women don't have, right? So you have all of these pluses that are tremendously valuable for connections and communication, to bring people present into the moment. Somebody says all of a sudden, man, one day I would love to go to Machu Picchu. Oh my God, I've been. Really? So you have all of these opportunities for unique connections that are available to the universe when you show up in public in a place where dialogue isn't always the norm, right? Most people don't go to gym to have conversations, but there could be conversations that are available. So I say all of this to say, it's not about I need to go work out. I'm going to expand my awareness to have more of what I want. You want better health? Sure. You want better wealth? Sure. You want more connection? Sure. You want a better society? Sure. You want to feel better about yourself? Man, that covers it all. Rather than I need to go work out. Just to change the way we look at things and the things we look at change. So that's how you elevate the gold standard of working out, getting healthy, with the thinking of it, the taking your bronze level thinking to a gold standard.
Wow. I love the way you talk. There's a reason I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to come here to elevate myself.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. That definitely puts an entire other spin. And I do know that if I get out, I meet people. If I don't get out, well,
Yeah, you are not a wallflower.
I still meet people because I am on social media, but it is so very different to actually go out and meet people in person. Yes,
Yes.
yes, it's
100%.
like
Now
day and night.
there's some people I would only desire to meet them online because they're just not fun in person. Period. I love the lie they tell on social media better than the reality of their life. So yeah,
Wow.
change the way you look at things. And right now, this is a perfect example of Wallace D. Wattles. It's not about doing certain things, working out. It's about working out in a certain way. And the certain way is available to all of us. The certain way exists. We may not be comfortable. We may not be coherent of it. We may not be conscious of it until Jim Rohn's favorite word, until, I don't know if it was, I just made that up. So as soon as we keep working on it and keep working on it, and then all of a sudden we become excited about the task. So I was at one of the masterminds and a gentleman said, I link challenging habits with good habits. So he wanted to do a push-up. He wanted to get his upper body, get some strength. So he did a push-up every time before he went to the bathroom. If he was going to the bathroom in the hallway before he went into the bathroom, he would pop down and do a push-up. So he had to give himself a little bit more time to do that, right? You don't go running, screaming to the bathroom going, oh, I got to get a push-up in here and then have a story you'd rather not have. So all of a sudden, it now became a good habit with a good habit instead of a challenging habit all by itself. So if you were to link a good habit to your working out, and the good habit is at the end of your workout or at the end of every rotation, if you're doing sets of different things, right? You can tell how much I go to the gym. If you're going to do arm press and you got to do 3 sets of 15 or 3 sets of 5 or whatever it is, at the end of that, think of who you're going to send a thank you note to, who you're going to send a you're amazing note to. Some people don't carry their phones, others do carry their phones, but imagine if at the end of every set you got to send one thank you note. One, hey, listen, I'm thinking of you, or here's your Hershey's kiss and it's the poop emoji. Something that you get to do once you complete, something you would enjoy to do that you can do in process that would then say, okay, I sent my text, off to my next thing. And there's this dopamine that comes in and your brain rewires from, and now I got to do legs to, when I get to do finished with legs, who do I get to serve? Who do I get to be around? Who do I get to take care of? Who do I get to say, hey, thanks for showing up in my life? If we don't have this reward system in place, we wind up in the philosophy of the beatings will continue until morale improves mentality. And we keep beating ourselves up, beating ourselves up. Here's 2025. 2025, I wanted to have $1 million in income. I wanted to be at 5,000 a month. I wanted to be at 70,000 a year. I wanted to be somewhere 98% of the population are not arriving at. 98% of the population set gold standard goals and have bronze results. And it's not because the activity isn't available to them. It's because they chose not to sit into the vibration, to use the
Right.
mental toughness, to use the self-talk, to use the nest program, to use the discipline, to read the book, to write out their goals, to do the things. Here's a year of your life, depending upon where you are on the scale. Some of us have tipped the scale on past the midway of life, right? I consider.
Can't hear you again.
Okay, so it goes out. So now we're back. So my
Yes.
goal is this is my last year, 60 was my midlife, right? My goal is to be happy and healthy on my 120th birthday, celebrating physically, emotionally, mentally, and able to move, right? With care and courtesy. So I say all of that to say, some of us have tipped the scale and we're like, oh, it's the downhill slide, right? The slide to the grave. And some people have given up. With all of your experience, with all of your skills, with all of your capability, with all of your life goals, what's keeping you from starting today with 61 years of experience? Nothing. I get to start today fresh. I woke up this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I woke up this morning and said, today I choose more. Most people are saying, I want less. I want less bills. I want less this. And the universe doesn't hear the definition of the less. It just brings you less. Period. End of story. No need to question that comment because the proof, the global proof is available. People wake up every day and say, I want less pain. I want less this. I want less that. And the universe brings them as much less as they can handle. Instead of
Oh,
asking for
wow.
more, instead of asking for more, I want more joy. I want more energy. I want more pants that are size 2. I want more whatever. Don't tell me where you've been. Don't tell me the less you don't want. Tell me the more you do want. And people wonder why, man, I wrote out my goals and every day I do this and every day I do this and I do my journaling and I do my this and I do my that and my results suck. The journaling isn't why it's going to get better. It's the belief in the journaling. It's the vibration in the state of the journaling. It's the where your mind goes when you start writing. Do you actually believe it? Laurence Olivier was doing Macbeth. I think it was Macbeth. And he finished, they did the close of the curtain closed, and all of the actors came out and they gave him a 21-minute standing ovation. 4 or 5 curtain calls, standing ovation the entire time. And when he got back to the dressing room, story has it, I wasn't there, story has it that Laurence Olivier said he was so mad, so mad, so mad. It was freaky how mad he was. People were, it's never happened in the particular theater, right? 21 minutes standing ovation. 21 minutes. And they asked him why he was mad. And he said, because I don't know how I did it. I'll never be able to do it again. He wanted to know how he did it. And the how is human. It's the same words. It's the same stage he's been performing on. It wasn't the first performance of Macbeth. He just happened to be in a state that something triggered, and he was looking for the human as opposed to what were the triggers. And I'm sure he eventually found it. He was probably never able to duplicate it because this moment only exists once in all of history, and this moment only exists once in all of history, and this moment only exists once in all of history. And we choose to not take full advantage of this moment. The moment that's coming, the 9 o'clock that's coming to you, the 10 o'clock in the morning that's coming to you, the 2 o'clock in the afternoon that's coming to you, the 6 o'clock tonight that's coming to you, has 100% potential. 100% potential. You could suck the life out of that moment. And we go to the ocean with a teaspoon. Here's right now for me, it's what time is it? 6:30? 6:32?
Can't hear you. No. Can't hear you. At least I can. I don't know what about everybody else.
No.
No.
Can't hear.
So I
Sean,
can't
I too am not hearing you.
I can't hear you, Sean. Does that mean you want more? Are
Yeah,
you
well,
asking for more of not hearing you? Or if you're
okay, there we
asking for
go.
more of hearing you?
Now you're back. Now I'm back. What I'm watching for is I'm watching for the words in the text.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm watching that, if my words don't show up, I see that it's not doing the audio, and I see it's now that it's coming through because it's reading my audio. So
Yeah, and I can hear you now again too. Yes.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's coming through. So I'm watching it. So I changed microphones. So now it's coming off of the camera versus my big mic here. So I
Maybe
may
your big mic is broke. I mean, it looks large.
no, but I mean it works perfectly, right? Until it doesn't. So we'll see if it cuts out on this mic. And if it does, then it's the universe. So
Giving
anyway,
us
there you go.
giving
There's some
us
ideas.
less than more. Well, that's amazing. Yes, I think that's a great idea. We should wake up every morning and say, I want more
Yep.
instead of I want less, because you're so right. People say, I want less bills, I want less pain. So it's always less, less, less.
And the
Because,
universe doesn't hear the detail, it only hears the vibration. And the vibration it's hearing is less.
oh, yes, you are very right. More, 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 more.
And that requires us to have a new neural pattern. Change the way we look at things, and the things we look at change. It's still the same moment, it's still the same 9 o'clock coming. What would be the best 9 o'clock you've ever had? What would be the best 8 o'clock in the morning you've ever had? So
Well, that's, yes, absolutely.
love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am thinking much different now.
Awesome. Congratulations. And
Thank
this is
you.
what happens because when we don't think, we wind up in our default mode network, which is designed to crush our creativeness, our default mode thinking until we rewire it. Our default mode thinking is what keeps us stuck. And when we become unaware of our progress and we become unaware of our current state, we're in default mode thinking, and therefore we're programmed for less. We programmed
Absolutely.
ourselves for less, and we've allowed less programming, a programming of less to exist in our bodies. That's why we fight with goals. There's no reason to fight with a goal. There's no reason to stay in a comfort zone that's a pain zone you become comfortable with. Love it, love it, love it. Good morning, Raj.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I had a question.
Sure.
How do you set boundaries for the people that you care about?
You don't set boundaries for them, you set boundaries for you.
Can you rephrase that?
Sure.
Elaborate?
So give me the initial of one of the people you want to set a boundary for.
My spouse.
Okay. Initial. Spouse. So we'll call it, we'll say
and
S. We'll say S for spouse.
yes.
Now give me the initial of somebody else you want to set a boundary for.
P.
Okay. So now imagine that when you set boundaries, these boundaries wind up needing to be vibratorily different for spouse and for P. Right? I need to set a boundary for them and I need to set a boundary for them. You will die in exhaustion.
I think I did.
Unless you set a boundary for this, and then it doesn't matter who's out there. Perfect example. We're putting up fencing. We're putting up barbed wire fencing for our sheep. Yes, for them, more importantly, to keep things out. Our sheep aren't going to go to Gizmo for the first time in the history of Gizmo was across the street, which is okay. It's just there's a handful of cars. The funny thing is that I couldn't tell where he got out through the fence. So he either just walked through the electric fence, either the fence wasn't working or whatever, but he just walked through it because the fence isn't broken. There is no indication. If you were the Inspector Clouseau of the French investigation community, the best investigator in the world, detective, you couldn't find where Gizmo got out. So we're putting up barbed wire fencing, to keep them in, but to keep other things out. Now imagine if I set up fencing, so we have 10 sheep.
Okay.
Imagine if I had to set up fencing for Gizmo, and Gizmo's a little taller and he's got horns. Then I said, now I need to set up another set of fencing for McKinley. So now we got to put in the same amount of poles, another 5 strands of barbed wire, because this is McKinley's boundary. If the fence is put up and it's put up correctly, doesn't the fencing that I'm putting up, shouldn't I anticipate anybody that I would want to set the fencing up for? Meaning, if I can I put up one fence that would take care of Gizmo and McKinley and Lily and Nova? So the other thing that we did, because our Shetland sheep, when they're babies, are only 6 inches tall when we could put them into the field. We weren't putting them into the field because our bottom wire was 8 inches off the ground, because we had set this fencing for adults. So we couldn't put the babies into the pasture this spring if we wanted to. We had to wait for them to get 5-6 months old so their nose would touch the electric fence. So rather than do that, we set the first layer, the first set of wire at about 5 inches off the ground. Well, you don't do that with electric fence because the grass grows up and it shorts it out. So it's a two-edged sword. So we used non-electric fence. We used barbed wire, put it at 5 inches. We can let the babies out. Babies don't exist right now, yet we have a boundary for when they do. Does that make sense?
Listening.
So now what you want to ask yourself is, what do I, Rudge, want to feel regardless of who's around me? And that's your new boundary.
Okay.
You are letting their reality change your personality.
Okay.
When you set your personality, it improves your personal reality. You are being influenced by them rather than being influential. Now, you don't need to be argumentative. They are going to be them. McKinley and Gizmo are going to be McKinley and Gizmo. I am not saying, hey, listen, do me a favor. I'm only going to put one strand. I'm only going to put one boundary up. Don't go out. And I talk to them. McKinley, don't go out. Gizmo, don't go out. Lily, don't go out. Please don't go out. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it'll work most of the time. Just the other times it's not going to work. Don't push it. Don't sneak out underneath it. Don't be a curious sheep and want to see, ooh, let me eat the grass outside the fence. Don't do that. If I talk to till I'm blue in the face, would any of that ever sink into them?
No.
No. Until, listen, I can keep sheep 5 feet away from a fence if I put up a yellow wire. Why? Because the yellow wire I use for my electric fence, they've all been shocked by. The challenge is I turn off the electric fence because there's kids who come up and down the driveway, and I'm not mean enough to leave the fence on for them to touch the fence because they don't know electric fence, all long farm stories. So they'll test it and they're not getting shocked. They're like, okay, so this fence doesn't work. Then I plug it back in, they go up to it and they're like, oh, the guy got popped, and they avoid it. We have that happen all the time. We get popped energetically by failure. So I'm not going to do that again until. So you keep wanting to set boundaries for them, and that you'll be exhausted. When you decide you're going to set a boundary for you, loving and caring them, not that you get to be right. You need to live in their existence if you want them in your existence. And so you set the boundaries. Here's the thing. When you set your boundaries, when you set them lovingly and caringly, and you enforce them with desire, passion, and joy, their actions change. Do you realize that part of their activity, part of their actions is the frequency you sit in? Man, I hope they don't say that again. I don't want to argue with them. I'll be damned if you don't argue and they say it again, because you are calling it into the universe.
I just wouldn't like those kind of things to be done, you know?
Yeah, but why?
They're not necessarily
Why?
bad.
Why do you want to let them? Why do you want to change from that vibration?
Because I feel empty sometimes.
Sure. So it's not enough, though. Just like Silka's going to the gym isn't enough. You feeling empty is not enough to change. Until what happens if you don't feel empty?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why you won't change, knucklehead. Tell me, see, I don't want to feel this way. Well, how would you feel if you don't have it? I don't know. Imagine I'm your server. Hi, Mr. Reg. Can I take your order today? Yes, I don't know what I want. Okay, should I come back when you're ready? Well, I don't want empty. Okay, we don't have empty on the list. I've got other tables that are that know what they want. Would you like to place your order? Well, I don't want empty. Okay, so you want me to take an order for what you don't want? Well, no, I don't want that. Okay, I'll come back when you're ready. And 20 years will go by. Don't me. Well, how come I didn't learn this earlier? Because everybody keeps telling you it's okay for you to be empty. Don't feel sad. Don't be sad. I love you. Don't be sad. Then what the hell are you doing being sad? They tell you don't be what you don't want to be, and you can only be what they are telling you don't to be, because it's the only thing you hear. Don't tell me where you've been. Tell me where you want to go. And you can't tell. Well, I don't know. What would you feel if you didn't have empty? I don't know. Then I'd work on that. Don't worry about boundaries. Boundaries will appear as soon as you decide what you want. I want my sheep safe. I want my sheep safe. I went and spent, I don't know, a couple $100 to buy poles, buy a fence stretcher. I haven't had a fence stretcher since I was on the farm back in Ohio. Bought a fence stretcher, bought 2 rolls of barbed wire. I haven't bought barbed wire in 40 years. Here's the thing. Did the store have what I wanted?
Yes.
Soon as I made the decision to get what I wanted. Did the store have to go, or did the store worry about whether I was going to buy it or not? Now, they probably are not going to. What city do you live in?
Waterloo.
Okay. Do they sell barbed wire in some store in Waterloo?
I think so, yes.
So why would they sell barbed wire if you don't need it? If you don't need it. Do you need barbed wire?
No.
Then why do they sell it?
Someone does.
Excellent. The universe has barbed wire for you. If you ever wanted it, would it give it to you? Would it have it available to you in Waterloo? Your universe?
Yes.
You can find it. Do you think the goal, the boundary you want exists in Waterloo? The boundary you want, the Rudge boundary that you got, that you're challenged with, you're frustrated with, you're aggravated with, if I could figure out how to set this freaking boundary, my life would be better. Do you think that boundary exists?
Yes.
Then why not go to the store and get it? Because you don't know what to get. You ever been shopping to a grocery store?
Yeah, I have.
And I said, get me a box of cereal. What would you ask me?
What kind?
Any kind. Just only a couple of cereals there's only a couple of cereals I want. Just pick one of the two that I want. You get into the cereal aisle and there's 3,000 options. There's only two cereals I eat. Just pick one of them. Do you see how hard it is for you to give me the cereals I want?
Yes.
Why do we make it so hard for the universe when it's always available to us? You ask the question, what kind do you want? There's only two that I eat. Pick one of them. You won't go wrong. And you go to this, you're like, frick, I'm not going. Could you imagine the universe? Unlimited potential, unlimited options. Unlimited. And there's only one you want. You set the goal. You set the gold standard. I want the gold standard of cereals. The universe says, awesome. It's easy. It's done. Your wish is my command. It's here. Boom. I'll even give you a name for it. You call it your goal. I want $102,000. I want to be this rank. I want to have this, that. I want to have blah, blah, blah. And you set out your list of goals, and the universe doesn't say, you can't have that. You can have, no. It says you can have anything you think about and think about, you can bring about. If the mind can conceive it and believe it, it can achieve it. What do you want other than nothingness? I don't know. Next. Okay. I'll come back, Raj, when you know what you want to order. And for some people, the universe comes back 40, 50 years later because they finally had enough of what they don't want. It ain't rocket surgery, but we make it that. So set the boundary. How do you want to feel? If you set the boundaries, how would you want to feel?
I want to feel good.
Excellent. Why don't you feel good now? Because I haven't set my boundaries. I don't know how to set a boundary for them. No, set a boundary for you. See, this is where we always think it's the external. It's the internal. Here's a question. If you're happy, does it make S unhappy?
Possibly.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it selfish or self-full? Can you be happy and bring more value to them? Can you be more happy and bring more value to P?
Yeah.
Then why do you worry about what they think? Your goal is to just bring value. Let them figure it out. Do you think the grocery store yells at me when I go to check out and they say, you didn't buy everything in the freaking store, you idiot. Why are you coming here, you jackass, and you waste our time and you only buy $100 worth of stuff? Do you think Walmart people yell at me because I didn't buy the dill pickles in the refrigerated section? Why? Why don't they yell at me? Why don't they yell at me? Why don't they make me feel horrible when I leave going, there's that asshole, you didn't buy the pickles?
It's a great question.
You got an answer. Give me an answer. Don't blow smoke up my skirt. I don't need it.
Why don't they yell at you? I mean, because I guess they don't need to. There's enough.
They only are offering me what they have to offer. So the universe doesn't make you feel bad. The universe isn't making you feel bad. You are making you feel bad. The S and the P are not making you feel bad. It's your story you have about them making you feel bad because you don't have boundaries. Just buy what you want. Stop trying to buy what they want. You think, oh, I need to put a boundary in place that's okay for me and they like. No, put a boundary in place that's okay for you that allows you to be more for them. That's all this is. Change the way you look at it. Your boundary is going to allow you to become more. You're not going to be depressed and sad and frustrated and aggravated and agitated. When's the last time you told P and S you loved them?
Mm,
When's the last time you said thank you for being in my world?
I haven't.
Dr. Freud to the lobby. It's not rocket science, dude. You haven't thanked him. Why should thanks be anywhere in your world? Now, you're going to go through the 4 things that Kyle Cease talks about. The 4 things that Kyle Cease talks about is the fear of the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but I'm not the one doing it wrong. I'm working on myself. I'm doing all this stuff. Dude, if your life sucks, that's your problem, nobody else's. If you're sad, that's your problem, nobody else's. If you're poor, that's your problem, nobody else's. If you're lacking intercourse, that's your problem, nobody else's. If you're lacking joy in your life, that's your problem, nobody else's. So when you decide, I am going to choose a life of joy, why not start it out with the people you love most and tell them, thank you for bringing me joy? Well, they didn't bring me joy. No. You brought yourself joy on a story you told about them. Most people don't know we're pissed off at them. Like, well, I was talking to Reggie the other day and they said he was really just pissed off with you. Me? What'd I do? Oh my God, why? I'd be the conversation they'd have with me. Yeah, or they'd have this conversation. Well, it's not me, it's him. It's, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what he does. Drives me up a wall. When is that situation ever going to get better? Somebody's got to finally say, I love you. And the first I love you should be to yourself. I love me. Because right now you don't love you. And until you love you, it doesn't matter what you think or what strategy you put in place or what boundary you put in place, you'll never love you. So therefore, I can't love you if you don't love you. You come here because however you show up, I don't really give a rat's ass. I'm going to love you regardless. Because I love me. You can't show up in my world and not be loved. The day you show up in this world and not get loved is because I stopped loving me. And when that sinks in and when that shows up and when you figure out that frequency, you'll be like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. That makes sense. It does. Question is when do you want to turn it into dollars? Let it make sense for you. Love you. When's the last time you wrote down a thank you to yourself? If you were to write yourself a letter today, what would it be about? You're an idiot. You stupid. I don't know why you do this and you keep doing that. And you need to figure out a way to fix them. And I love me. I love me so much. I love me. What'd you learn? What'd you like?
What I learned, what I like. What I learned first is that I need to start saying thank you more still. Definitely learned that. I've been saying it more, but not as much as I need to.
That's the first time you've heard me. Is that the first time you've heard me say thank you more?
No.
Okay, and what'd you like?
I like the way that you broke it down to me with the fencing and the examples. It made a lot of sense.
And so the fact is, I could say, well, just be happy. That's a fact.
Okay.
When I explain and I express to you editorially, all of you listeners, stories sell. I can use all of the psychology. I can use why your hippocampus is on high alert. I can use why your hippocampus triggers your amygdala, why your prefrontal cortex, why your intersingular cortex is on, it needs some chemicals, why your brain is dehydrated. I can talk to you about the mental system of your brain. I can talk to you about why the limbic system is on fire, it's because of the words you're using when you're not speaking. At 1,400 words a minute, you are having a conversation with yourself when you are not consciously making sound coming out of your cake hole. You are not thinking one thing. You are thinking a variety of things. You are doing a phenomenon called nexting. And you are nexting when you get into the environment with those individuals, PNS, those individuals, you are nexting 7 possibilities, at least 7 possibilities. It's a phenomenon in the brain called nexting, so you can understand what they're about to say. If you were to go to Russia and somebody starts speaking to you in Russian, you wouldn't understand. You would be out of touch. You couldn't even pay attention to the conversation because your brain can't next. And so in the phenomenon of nexting, you are anticipating what they're going to do. You have 7 different possible stories, and you're surprised if they break one of those patterns. And we say things like, you won't believe what they said, because they broke the pattern. So now if you set your boundary, the boundary that you set is to have the nexting pattern of how you will respond to no matter what they say. That's the next that you can only focus on. The exhausting part is trying to figure out what S is going to say and P is going to say, and God forbid they're in the same room. Now you've got 14 different potentialities that's going to exist, and it's exhausting being in that state. Now I could tell you all that, and that's all psychological. That's all proven. That's all in the brain. As a brain-trained, studied, certified brain trainer, right? As a mental toughness coach, as all of these things, we have the ability to have this conversation. Yet the story that works is talking about the sheep and McKinley and Gizmo, Nola, because they're cute. They're sheep. They're my sheep. They're Sean's sheep. One day I'll see those sheep. One day I'll see the fence he talked about. This is the fence you talked about. Yeah. See, it's stories. And you've got a story that you're not willing to change until maybe today you'll change the story. I don't need to set boundaries for S and P. I need to allow myself a boundary that allows me to exist with love and joy in their world. You're either the cure or the infection. That's why doctors can work on sick people and usually not get sick. Nurses can work on sick people and not get sick. Because they have this heart, this desire, this caring. So we work with poor people. We work with mentally challenged, frustrated people, aggravated people. And we wind up part of the cause. I wonder what kind of shit they're going to start today. How's that working? I bet they start some stuff, don't they? It's not rocket surgery. Unless we want it to be. I'm not a rocket surgeon. Good?
I'm good.
Feel better?
I do.
See, from that state, from that frequency, you can now see things in a different way. You got out of the valley, you got out of the rut on the farm. And if you deal with people in that culture, the difference between a rut, right? A rut is the thing that the wheel, right? The wheels go by and they make these ruts in the ground. The difference between a rut and a grave is a rut. Oh man, I'm in a rut. I'm just in this place, this low place. A rut is a grave with the ends kicked off. You're in a rut. And it's hard to get out of the rut because the rut is what everybody else previous to you already made, and you're now stuck in a rut. I've never heard anybody in my 61 years say, man, I can't wait to get in a rut. I want to get in a pattern of success. That's not in a rut. Rut is lower vibration. Pattern of success is higher vibration. It's still a pattern. It's still a rut for you to operate in. Just start to operate in your own rut. Let me look at Heath's here conversation. I got ticked off. So I was at a Super Saturday and I got ticked off emotionally. Sure. Absolutely. 100% predictable. Almost guaranteed. Here's why, Heath. Because you got into a high state and you got into this high vibration. You got around all these people and you got so excited. You said, man, it's possible. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And so you elevated. Bob Proctor said, you elevated your frequency and your story didn't come with it. See, the external made you feel amazing. Oh my God, I could do it. I got all these people willing to support me, willing to step in to help me. I can access them. I can give them calls. Oh my gosh, I got some new relationships. We're going to go do this. And you elevated a story. They elevated your story without you elevating your story. So the snapback wasn't back to how you showed up at the event. It was to below it, to offset this elevated vibration, this elevated frequency. It's not that it's vicious. Oh, it's aggravating to all hell and back. But this elevated vibration wasn't of your own choosing. It was because of the environment. I went to a Super Saturday, felt great, came home pissed off. Why? Because the energy in where you're at is the level you're currently at. It's not that you're pissed off. It's not that you got more frustrated. That's the level you left. So if you left, you just became aware that you have access to this elevated state. You're not pissed off back here. This is your normal state. It became pissed offedness because you elevated and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't need to feel that way. When I'm around all these people, I feel great. Well, all of those people are still around you. It's called visualization. It's called awareness. It's called creativity. It's called telling a story. See, when you went to the Super Saturday, I'm going to go to the brain stuff. Your neural connections, your synaptic neural connections went from about 1,200 to 2,600 connections. Why? Because you were in a state of fright. The brain doesn't know whether it's fright or success. It just knows it's different. And the brain does two things. Will this kill me, or how fast can I recognize a pattern? Pattern was unrecognizable. So therefore it says this has got to kill me. Yet every time you felt better, every time somebody gave you a hug, gave you a high five, patted you on the back going, oh my gosh, you're awesome. You told a story, you made them laugh, you felt better. And the brain's like, but this is different, this is different, this is different, this could kill us. And it's kind of standing on the edge, waiting for the thing for you to go, see, I told you it wasn't going to feel good. And so it waited, it built that up, built that up, built that up, built that up till you got back home and said, see, that was a waste of time because now you're pissed off. Told you shouldn't have gone. And it comes up with all of these stories, all of this viciousness, all of this conversation to say that was a waste of time. Why did you go? The first time somebody says, oh, so what happened at your little meeting? And you blow up. Because we haven't changed the story before we left. We went with the anticipation of it being good, and I'll be damned if it wasn't good. And then on the way home, we anticipate this is good. Oh man, they're never going to get it. They're never going to understand it. It's just they don't get it. I don't know why they don't get it. My God, I got so much to do, and everything I left, I still got to do. And I'll be darned if you come home and everything's a train wreck. It's the story we tell ourselves. It's the vibration we put into the universe. So, yeah, exactly. We're wondering, like, oh my gosh, chargebacks. How the heck could that? It's predictable. 90% of the people that went to that event had a chargeback in their life. Just didn't happen to be a credit card charge.
Well, it lets me know the stability of the business is, at any stake.
Yep. Oh, and I like this. You're writing a love letter to yourself and it feels kind of awkward. Sure it does. And it will until, so when things feel awkward, what do most people do? Stop doing it. This is where Tony Robbins talks about the 6 human qualities that you need to experience. Most people want love and connection, want contribution and not love and connection. I'll think of the 5th one. They want to give contribution. I want to serve people. I want to help people. You can't. Because most people operate in significance and certainty. Significance and certainty, your life will be in pain. If you don't live in variety and love and connection, you're going to be in pain. If you live in certainty and significance, well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to get to my goal and I'm going to do this. The universe can't surprise you. Imagine you are going to be the one. Do you have children?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How old's your youngest? They're probably grown. How old?
8. 8, 13, and 14.
Okay, so imagine the 8-year-old.
I'm 54.
Birthday coming up.
Yeah, there's January. She'll be 15.
Excellent.
March, she'll be 14.
So January 15th, do you want to predict? Does she want to be able to predict what she's going to get, or would she love to have a surprise on her birthday?
Oh, well, it'll be a surprise, but it's all a screen at this time. At this
Okay,
moment.
but my point is that if you could surprise her beyond her wildest dreams, could you? If the universe said, "Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
sure, I could.
so then where's holding it back? It's the strategy. It's that I need more money. I need to do this. I'd love to be able to give her a car, or give her 3 cars, or give her and her friends a car, or to send them to a trip, right?
Right.
So the possibility of the dream isn't what's possible, it's what I'm possible. So
I am possible.
That needs to change, right? So what's possible? What would surprise you? If you were surprised, do you think it would still surprise? Do you think it would even surprise her? See,
yeah.
when I get my bride a present for Christmas or for her birthday, it's usually because it's what she asked for.
Right.
It's when I do the things outside of that piss her off.
So she gets pissed off when you do above and beyond?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's pissed off because it's like, that's too much.
Okay. So you got to get, like my wife.
No. I don't got to get anything. I get too much.
She loves
I
Alice
do too
in Wonderland.
much. Yeah. I'm not going
And
to.
she gets this Cheshire Cat case for her cell phone. And it's like way beyond just having a phone.
Yep. So is it okay if we do too much?
It's okay.
And is it okay if we do too much that we ask, how do I do that? How would I do the unexpected? How is human? Write down on your paper, how is human? How isn't strategy? How is human? You need a strategy to become better, right? In the Bible, it says on the way to. Right? In the Bible, it gives us the cheat code of all cheat codes. I set before you life and death. Choose life. Why would you ever have to tell me to choose life? How stupid did you make me? No, it's I know that the devil is in every cell. The devil is 50% of every cell because we have positive and negative. Without the positive and the negative, the atom doesn't exist. So in every cell, positive and negative exists. The devil happens to be 90% in control because we are not looking at the positive. The positive exists in every negative. The people who died in Bondi, Australia, the 40 people that are in the hospital, the 13 people or 16 people who were shot dead. That's horrible. There's an awareness now, a conversation that shouldn't be in vain for the people that died.
Right.
Of how to make it better. So there's good and bad that exists in every moment.
That's true.
Why don't we talk about the good of all of this mass shooting? Because no, it's too soon. It's not. I can't talk about that. That would be against protocol. There's good in it. We're having a conversation. I hope those people don't die. I hope we remember their names forever. I hope their names go on a plaque that everybody has to see every day. They shouldn't die in sacrifice. But there's 2 times we die. The day they put us in the ground and the last day our name is ever mentioned.
Oh, wow.
Those people will die way too soon. Because even their loved ones will stop mentioning their name on a daily basis. It's why at the end of our call, you hear me say, how about some Costa Rica? And we say, Pura vida, we love you, Mark. He was on our calls. He was from Costa Rica. He was a fixture.
Yeah.
And he died unexpectedly.
Oh,
so that was 2.5 years, 3 years ago almost. I bet we're one of a handful of people in the world that say his name every day. Lydia was the matriarch, the oldest sister of Sharon Gist and Vicky, who used to come on the calls. They're not here anymore. We still say Lydia's name because she was a part of my world. Jesse Lee Ward, icon in the industry, a dear friend of mine. I bet there's people that don't say her name every day. Those people are not dying in my world. So I didn't say her name every day when she was alive.
Right.
I say her name every day now that she's gone because she is not dying in my world.
Okay.
So now the question becomes, what do you want to live by? The world didn't turn to shit when you came back from your event. The world was shit before you left. You cannot recognize my words because you speak English. If you do not recognize my frequency, you can't understand my frequency. The only reason you can understand pissed offedness is because that frequency exists in your world. What changes in Heath's life is pissed off that frequency does not exist anymore from this day forward. It's opportunity, it's actions, it's things that you can do. It's change the way you look at things. Wallace D. Wattles in the book Science of Getting Rich says, change the way you look at things. No, Wayne Dyer said, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. The quote from Wallace D. Wattles is, it's not about doing certain things. It's about doing things in a certain way. And so we have to, Tony Robbins says, physiology, focus, language, and meaning. If you were to draw a triangle, the bottom you put physiology, your body. If you want to change your state about something, you have to change your body. Right? Your body knows what pissed off feels like. Your body knows what joy feels like. If you're pissed off, you can move your body to change that state. Joseph McClendon III says there's a phenomenon, I think they studied it at Yale or somewhere. It's literally a word that they coined called asitude. Not attitude, asitude. Shake your butt. Just right now in your chair, just shake. Yeah. Your body changes. Your physical changes. You do that little bit, your body says, oh, so we're not ticked off anymore? This is happy moves. Do your happy dance, right? Do the YMCA, whatever it is, YMCA. So you do that, you start to smile. You start to change your frequency. From this place, you can make better decisions. So physiology, that's the bottom of the triangle. Focus, what are you focused on? Focus. Most people are surprised when we have a conversation. They keep telling me what they don't have. Okay, so what the hell can you do with what you don't have? I want to create chicken soup. Okay, what's the recipe? I need a chicken. Do you got a chicken? No. But I want chicken soup. We ain't got no chicken. I know. I guess I'll never have chicken soup. Go buy a damn chicken. Dumbass. Oh, but I don't want to buy that because if I buy the chicken, then I can't complain I don't have chicken. It's just, 40 years I've been doing this and it hasn't changed. Right. Which makes it predictable, which is why I can have things and people, how do you know I'm thinking that? I've done this 10,000 times. I know exactly what you're thinking. Who you are speaks so loud, I don't need to hear the words coming out of your mouth, and your frequency is so evident. It's a blueprint.
Man. Right.
And this is understanding human. That's why it works in see, here's the thing. I don't coach network marketers. I teach people how to build people, not businesses. And if I teach you how to build a people, you can build people in a family relationship. You can build people in your network marketing business. You can build people in a retail business. You can build people in you name it. If you learn how to build people, leave them better than you found them, build them up,
do it all the time.
Advancing person. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I leave my sheep. I go out to my sheep as the advancing man. Period.
Bonus.
Well, I'll get better when they get better. How do I set a boundary to make them get better? I don't know that works. I've never found where that works. Could you imagine the sun right now? It's turning into winter here in this part of this in this hemisphere.
Here too.
Right? So it's turning into winter. Could you imagine the sun said, well, if you're not going to plant anything today, screw you. I'm not showing up. Wait, why? Why would I need to plant something? Well, I grow things. I'm the sun. I grow things. I create photosynthesis in all of God's creation. He built these things so that I could exist. And if there's no leaves on the trees and there's nothing in the ground, why do I exist? Well, to keep me warm. I don't care about you. You humans are screwing up the world. Why would I want to keep you warm?
I exist no matter what.
Yeah. The sun doesn't show up and say, because I'm 50,000 miles farther away, I'm going to be less warm. Your Earth pitched. It tilted on its axis, and now it's colder in your hemisphere. Not my problem, Skippy.
So physiology, focus,
And then language and meaning.
language, and meaning.
What's the language you're using? Yeah, but I'm limited, or I got pissed off. So as soon as you say the word I got ticked off coming back, the universe has to give you what comes out of your mouth.
Oh, it was the whole next day.
So
it was
what?
yesterday.
But you're still talking about it. Don't tell me where you've been. Tell me where you're going. Because you brought,
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, here's my point. Soon as you start to feel upset, and then here's the
Tell me
thing.
where you're going.
What day was it that you came back from the event?
Saturday.
So you spent all day Sunday mad. You're starting off Monday talking about how you got mad on Sunday. What the hell
No,
for?
no. I was telling you what happened
I
at the
know,
end
but
of
you
Sat-
still
at the end of Sunday.
hang on. You brought it up in the comment, which
Right.
is okay. The challenge is that how can you tell the story without getting into the frequency?
Oh, okay.
That's when it
Okay.
becomes a teaching
Okay.
versus, because if you
Right.
go tell the story next Saturday at the event, man, I got home and I was so mad. You know what other people are going to say? Me too.
Right.
Now you've just brought back Sunday, which you never wanted to visit.
Ever again.
But we keep telling the story. It's not an old story if we told it today.
Read the rest of what I said, though.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I'm reading it.
because it gets better.
Yep. Well, the thing is that, well, then I see about the love letter and you're thinking it's feeling like it's all bullshit.
No.
I keep feeling like it was, I'm writing my love letter to myself and
No. That's not bullshit. I'm talking about, I felt like the whole presentation, all of it was hype and just not.
Sure, because that's what
it wasn't real. And it was hard for me to, I felt plastic being excited and genuine. It's like, oh yeah, I love your hat, man. It's so cool.
right.
Because
it's not
I might like it.
Internal. You went with the story to be vinyl, not to be authentic. No, I didn't. Look at your results. You can't lie about your results. They didn't make you feel like plastic. They didn't make you feel like hype. You made you feel like hype.
Okay.
So, here's my point. So, do you think anybody took the medicine called Super Saturday and got better?
Sure.
So you took the Super Saturday and Sunday got worse, right? That's the story.
Yeah, big high,
until
low.
So how could the same medicine work for somebody and not work for the other?
Because they need to work on them.
Well, they already worked on them. They already believed that. They didn't allow themselves to not believe that. So the part of you, the authentic part of you said, yeah, listen, network marketing is hype. Who gets sexy about legal services? You can't get sexy about legal services. So you got to make it another story, right? Now you have the professional version and you have the business version and you've got this version and only for $24 more you can have all of this and blah, blah, blah. Who wants to, who really wants to talk about having legal services, period? It's the most boring thing and everybody's fearful. So nobody wants to talk about things that can scare the living shit out of them. Why would I ever need an attorney? Well, if you ever get a speeding ticket, you send it in, the blah, blah, blah. If you ever need this, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing for your legacy documents? A will, a trust, a blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't want to talk about any of that.
Right.
So how do you make it sexy? Well, you got to make it about the money. Well, then if that's the sexy part of it, then that ain't fun at all. So now the question is that how do I just become a good human? It's one of the easiest programs to talk about being a good human. Listen, we have all kinds of insurance. One of the most expensive insurances we don't have is for when things go sideways. We anticipate death. It's called life insurance. We don't call it death insurance. Nobody be buying the stuff. We call it life insurance. Well, it doesn't work and as long as I'm alive. It only works when I'm dead. We have dental insurance.
How about I call it innocent insurance?
Sure.
But I'm not promoting criminal.
Right. But you're promoting that you need to take care of yourself. The biggest challenge is that when something hits the fan, we don't have a plan. I just happen to put in the hit the fan plan. Do we ever want life to hit the fan? No. If it did, though, wouldn't we want to be able to control it? Wouldn't we want to be able to, in 1-800 number phone call, one phone call, be able to have it a process to begin to take care of it?
Hit the fan plan. Thank you.
None of us want to listen. None of us want the stuff that hits the fan. None of us want to own the fan. We all own the fan and the stuff. It's called life.
Yeah.
The question is how big in your life, if you look at your life right now, how big is that fan that you're building? Do you have an estate? Do you have kids who could do things that could hit the fan? Could they have an accident? Could they have right? What's your past experience? How many times has your life hit the fan? And you wish you had a plan in place. So it's just a hit the fan plan.
Just pick a number.
Just pick a number.
I've got a lot of fans.
And what I do is I'm the guy that turns off a lot of the fans, or at least if it hits the fan, you got a plan.
You know what? I want to tell you, I was praying the other morning, and there's this hutch. I'm going to show it to you because I can't explain the visual. Okay. There was a whole lot more stuff in the front. And I thought, God kind of impressed on me. All this stuff is in the way of your cool things, of your things you want to broadcast, things you want to show and shine off. There's so much stuff in the way you can't even see it. And I laughed so hard because I was thinking about my wife. This is her stuff. And how she's got a blanket for almost every day of the month, probably for 2 months, and you can't even get to them, because of all this. Look at this.
Hang on, you're muted, brother. Let me hit it again. I might have hit it too soon. There you go.
Okay.
So now, let's use a phrase from the Bible. What's the quote? And I can't repeat it because I don't remember it. Pushed down, covered up, and overflowing.
You give, and it shall be given, pressed down, shaken together, overflowing.
So use the blankets as the overflowing. Don't use it as.
There's no doubt. There's not enough room to receive it. That's what I'm saying. There's so much abundance you can't even see the beauty because of the other things, that you're putting in front of the beauty. You can't see the original beauty.
So the key is then you have to know that you're already the beauty. See, what I teach is personal undevelopment. And you've just given the perfect example of we got to take some of this stuff away so that we can get to the core. We keep wanting to add more. It's adding more isn't going to do it. We have to remove it. It's called personal undevelopment.
That's why I love the name of this, Unlearn Me.
Unlearnme.live.
Yeah, it's definitely live.
So, yeah, there you go.
I love you, man. Thank you so much. Man, you are freaking amazing.
Hey, listen, here, you're
all perspective.
Me saying this. The only reason I can be amazing is because you are. Don't give me the credit. You have to be amazing to hear this.
I'm amazing enough to realize you're amazing.
So I'm just always amazing, but this is my standard. It seems like it's a way above and beyond because I am not talking down to you. I'm offering you a chance to elevate your own dreams and wishes. You'll never hear me say, do anything. There's a rare occasion I'll say, you need to do this.
Right.
You get to come to this call in the morning. You get to come to this call in the morning. You get to see all of the blankets. You get to, don't have to. And when you change have to get to, man, life gets so much more fun.
You get, man, gosh, faith comes by hearing.
Mhm.
If you don't hear this and you listen to that little pessimistic devil, faith comes by hearing, and it's like you tell a kid all his life he's in no account, he won't amount to nothing, he'll grow up to be an idiot. But if you tell him he's smarter than the teacher, he's the head of the class, he's above and beyond, he'll grow up and be a genius. What are they listening to? What you're saying.
We don't set goals for our children, we set limits.
Mm.
And we teach poverty.
But that's not a good thing. We need to set goals, not limits.
Right. So anytime we set anything, it's to use an extreme, it's racism. You need to be the best in your class, right? I have some very dear friends who are Asians. And I talked to them about when they were growing up and their schoolwork and their this, that, and the other. And they said to me, here's what my dad said. She said this to me. She said, we're Asians, not Bejans. I'm like, oh, I'd never heard that before. So you got to get an A and you can't come home with a B. No, we're Asians, not Bejans.
I get it.
If that's not a cultural thing.
Oh, I love it.
So if we set goals, from the moment Mason was born. Now I had already had 2 decades of planning and preparation, preparing for the day a child would show up. We made it a point, and anytime we had a nanny or a babysitter, they could not say no to him. It's not no. No is a decision. Stop is an action. When you're 2 months old, 5 months old, crawling, or however old you are when you start to crawl, and to say no, that limits the decision. Stop is the action. I want you to stop crawling. I don't want you to no longer crawl. If you say no while they're crawling, how fast do you think they're going to want to walk? Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Now, I was trained by Dr. Shad Helmstetter. I'm on the faculty of the Self-Talk Institute. By the time you're 18, the average positive home has programmed a child by the age of 18 118,000 times. No, negative, not good enough. So then we get into the workforce where we need to be cooperative, not competitive. And we have to overcome 118,000 negative points of influence. Usually, if you're starting off at McDonald's as an hourly wage or any hourly wage, you're going to have the crap beat out of you mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So now the 118,000 becomes what? 200,000.
Right.
And then somebody comes along and says, you can own your future in network marketing. So have a side hustle. And you're like, oh my God, all these people are positive. And now you're sitting at 500,000 negative inputs. Ooh. And somebody says, you can dream. Oh, I can dream. I love it. I can dream. And you go home with one dream.
And 200,000.
And 200,000 negative inputs. Who do you think is going to win that fight? That's why 98% of the people never make a check in network marketing. Because nobody works on the old story.
I'll tell you what's really been hard for me is my next door neighbor. Jack of all trades, done everything. You got, 25 guitars, top 10 BMX biker. But, hey, man, will you just come and fill a seat? Will you just come with me here? I go right now. We go to the store. He'll get in the car. We'll go to the store. No problem. We go kayaking, whatever. We're buddies. But I can't get him to go to another one of these things because one of them failed. And it didn't really fail. I can't promote something that costs more.
Hang on. You're trying to tell your story. Tell it in his words. Did you ever write a song that didn't play out?
Okay.
Then why the hell are you still singing?
No, it's been like my goal.
Listen to me. You have to step into his world and ask him a question. Hey, listen, you got 25 guitars. You ever break a string on a guitar? Then why would you keep playing guitars? Because you know the strings are going to break. Why would you keep buying guitar strings? They're going to break. Why wouldn't you come to another meeting? You broke one guitar string and you're going to stop understanding the power of legacy and trends? You don't want to be a part of a trend that's never going away? Why don't you, if you broke a guitar string, why didn't you pick up the piano? Because I'm not good at playing the piano. I'm not good at playing other things. I'm good at helping people leverage their results.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
do it
the biggest problem here, is we got all these people that want to do it, but they don't have the money to do it. But you know what? If you want that crack rock, you'll go get the money.
hang on. Tell me you don't have the money. Role play with me.
All right.
Hey, listen. So it's $29 a month to get started, $100 to activate your position. Ready to get started? Role play.
Man, I'd love to, but I just don't have the money
Money for what?
to get in your business
Why would you ever want to get in the business?
because I can make money
When do you want to get started?
when I get some money.
Why don't you have money?
I spend it
Yeah,
on bills.
but okay, so you don't have
Bills.
enough to cover your bills. Quick question: Is there anything in your past where if you went to work in it, you could hire me to go to work with you?
Absolutely.
Oh, in the past, you could hire me and then make profit off of me, or I could help you make more profit at your job. You've never seen anything like this. So
No.
what you're anticipating is that you got to go do all the work by yourself. I apologize that I told you this is all on your own. So
No,
if
you're
were
not
to-
in business by yourself.
Yeah, if you were to join me, if you were to start a business, what business could you start that I could go to work for you?
Anything.
Well, pick one. Which
Power
one?
washing.
Excellent. So you go buy that today and I'll go to work for you for free. Why won't you go buy it?
Because they don't have any money.
So why would you want to get in my business? I apologize that I didn't make it clear of how this business model works. You get started. We can actually start today before we even get started. Our business model requires us to do two things: find customers and build leaders. Which would you want to be, a customer or a leader?
A leader.
Excellent. Do you know other leaders?
Sure.
So if we positioned it, do you ever know about an IPO? You ever hear an IPO, initial public offering?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know people go buy the stock, or they prepare to buy the stock at the moment they launch, and everybody lines up their money at the moment we're going live at 9 o'clock, and everybody buys in at 9 o'clock, but everybody knew about it the week before? Could we have an IPO in your business? Could we go get 5 people who are ready to get started the moment you say yes, and you all get started together, and all of a sudden you're making money?
That makes sense. I've heard that before too, man. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
It makes sense. It makes dollars. The challenge is that you had a tool that worked and chose to forget.
I don't like talking to people.
Well, that's why you have me, knucklehead.
That's an objection.
No, I know. I get it. We're role playing. You don't like talking to people. Do you like cashing checks?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Is it okay if I talk to the people you introduce me to? Are you okay with introducing people? You don't have to talk to them. Are you okay with introducing people?
Maybe.
Okay, so let me know when you decide you don't want to be broke anymore, because everything you're currently doing is getting you your situation. And listen, if I talk to you about everything you already know how to do, isn't there a good chance you're going to wind up where you're at?
Mm.
You said you wanted more. Just let me know when you truly want more. It's like an addict. Oh, I can handle my poverty. No, you can't. And until you break, you'll stay stuck. I just don't want you to have to be broken to get started.
But isn't that the reason why people are, even if it's working, it's still broken.
How's that story working for you?
I like it.
So when people say, I don't have money, great. How's that working for you? How's that feel?
How's that working for you? Well, this week comes to, man, I got to make some money. I'm going to make about $250. you know, and he's trying to find something to do for me so I could pay him.
So the question is we have to go to the feeling. How would you feel if you made the 250? Because we've heard this in network marketing, when the why is big enough, the how doesn't matter. We never make the why big enough. So I call it clarify, qualify, create expectation. The reason nobody joins us in business is because their expectation is way too low for the effort. My job is to increase the expectation. And it's not a 7-figure income. And it's not my expectation, it's your expectation. If you did get started, I know you don't have any money now. Let's imagine you did. Let's wave the magic wand. You got started today. How would you know you made a good decision 30 days from now? What would be a number that would surprise you, that would get you excited to say, this could actually work? What would be that number?
$5,000.
Excellent. How many people would you like to talk to who have made $5,000 in their first 60 days? How many of those people would you need to talk to for you to get started?
10.
Excellent. When's the last time you spoke to 10 people who made $5,000 in a month? The answer would be never, right?
Yeah.
So why are you putting an unexpected number just because you think it's not possible? If I introduce you to 10 people who make 5,000 or more a month, is that enough to get started? Would you find the money? Because if not, there's no reason to talk to those 10 people.
Exactly. Okay.
So it's clarify, qualify, create expectation.
Clarify, qualify.
And then we've got to create the expectation.
Create expectation.
So clarify what it is they want. Qualify. If we do that, will you get the result we both want? Me to get started and you to find money. Great. Now let's create the expectation. See, we tell them what to expect. We don't allow them to create their own expectation. Listen, every pharmaceutical on TV ad tells you the expectation could cause death, anal leakage, could cause problems with your sinuses, could make your eyes.
Don't even get me started on that practice in medicine.
But why do we still buy it?
You.
Why do we still buy it? Because we want the result.
We want the result. Because it might actually work quicker than eating healthy. Yeah.
So I would say, would you like the side effects of our business or the side effects of metformin? Our business has very few side effects. The side effects are you might meet some neat people.
Right.
And because you haven't heard this from me anyways, there is no objection. There's only a protection. And if we switch that in our mind, the objection means I'm wrong.
No objection.
If you hear that it's a protection, it means they've pulled a protection lever that they want to keep their money. So when somebody says to me, I just don't have the money right now, I totally understand you want to protect your money. When's the last time you put your money in a place and it wasn't protected? How big a list you got? How much time you got? So there's one.
I understand you want to protect your money.
I understand you want to protect it. I want you to protect it too. Do you realize that's the whole thing we're talking about here is protecting your money? That's what our whole business model is to protect your money, to have a system in place to protect your money. Because I don't know about you, but how many of us have an extra couple of $1,000s prepared for legal defense, for identity theft? This is truly about protecting your money. And if you don't have a whole lot, you need to protect what you got.
That's true.
Change the way you look at things and the things you look at change.
Change the way you look at things.
And the things you look at change.
And the things you look at will change. Change the way you look at things and the things you look at will change.
Yep. That's Wayne Dyer. Dr. Wayne Dyer said that.
Well, Heath and Sean said it today.
Yep.
And we'll let your legacy live on, Wayne.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't try to coin anything. I mean, even though I probably have plenty. I don't mind giving credit where credit's due.
Yep. I love it.
I love you, man. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you
there
for
you go,
being
ladies and
amazing.
gents. Have an amazing day. Sammy, I love you. Yeah, that was from Hill. What the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. I love you, Sammy. Shammy. Big hugs to you, my dear. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's another day. A little bit long. Compared to what? Compared to not being this long.
If you didn't enjoy what you do, I know you couldn't do it, man, because you didn't even look at the clock, man. Them sheep are, man, they're waiting.
Well, they're cold, so they're laying down. So it's
Oh.
17 degrees. So they're not super excited to get
Hey,
up.
where are you at?
Arkansas, Ozarks.
Arkansas.
Yep.
Arkansas. I'm in Texas and it's cold.
Yeah.
Houston. But it'll be sunny tomorrow, probably.
Oh yeah, it'll be 30 degrees warmer than normal.
With the weather's changing like that up and down, you can see the frequency, the atmosphere's
Well, yeah, it's the vibratory.
Man, I'm gonna paint this stuff on me. I'm gonna glue this stuff in my head. I'm telling you.
Here's the thing. Hey, pay attention. Gluing is developing. Chipping away what allowed you to see this is the undevelopment. Don't glue it on. Chip away what kept you from hearing it. Because now you heard it. You don't have to go glue it on. It's already in you.
It's there. Yeah.
It's already there. So keep what was blocking it. Keep the blankets from coming back. That's called the old story.
Keep the old story out.
Yep. And it's not an old story if you tell it today. So let it become an old story. Most people's old stories were told today. Well, when I was a kid.
Oh, wow. Man, everything you said, man, thank you for an extra 60 seconds. My gosh.
Well, hey, listen, everybody on this call knows.
That story's old. That's an old story.
Yeah, most people say, well, my mom did this when? Well, when I was little.
Years ago?
How long? 50 years ago. That ain't an old story if you told it today. It's a 50-year-old story you keep telling. It ain't an old story, jackass.
Don't tell it today.
Stop telling it, right? Because you could, if you didn't come to this call, somebody says, man, I went home and I had a bad next day after the Super Saturday 4 years from now. And you're like, man, I had that happen 4 years ago. It ain't a 4-year-old story. It's a today story you've been telling for 4 years. There you go. Love y'all.
Bravo. Thank you.
Somebody hey, listen, I'm your head brain training. Hey, leave it in the old story misfit. I'll see y'all where?
The next event?
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Ricans.
Pura vida.
We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us all. And the queen of helping you have more of what you want, less of what you don't. Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee.
And a little white fluffy.
Gurgly, gurgly,
Gurgly. We love you, Fee. All right, everybody, go have some fun today. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Love you, Sean.
Nice.
Thank you all. Have a great